Testing, testing. Once I confirm liveity, we are good to go. I've got to confirm the liveity, though. Okay, I think it's live. All right, yeah, there we go. I don't know if we can hear it. Let me make sure. Oh, yep, I can hear it. All right, that's good. That is great. Oh, you know what? I'll share this in the Discord real quick. If you ain't in the Deck One Dealt Discord, just fuck off. Okay. All right. Ready to go, bro?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Now.
Is it the end of the world? Yes, it is the end of the world.
Hey, it didn't do the thing.
And it's also
It's literally not doing the thing. It's just playing the song.
what fucking
I know.
brand new
See, this is what happens when OBS updates, bro.
Juggalo
All right, here we go. I'll just do it manually. It's all right.
song to enjoy.
Disaster.
Yeah! What's up? Welcome. This is Deck One Dealt. My name is Kyle, a.k.a. Keezy, if you like. And this is my homeboy and friend.
Garvey Law.
And we are here to give you the dirt, aren't we?
The dirt, man. Not beneath the dirt, not above the dirt, but
excuse
right
me.
here at the level of the dirt. Just eye level with the dirt.
I leveled the dirt. And we are joined by a guest today. Very special guest.
Oh man, I can't wait to. This will be the first time I've actually met him. Well, yeah, the first time I've actually had a conversation with the man himself.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not going to believe this shit then. Here goes. Gage Run Wild, y'all. Welcome, my friend.
Gage. Yeah.
Hi.
What's up, Gage? How you doing? Oh, it still says Lisa and her husband. Whoops. Sorry, bro.
No,
You told me it was Joe Bruce who was the guest.
it's just
I lied. It was actually just Gage.
it's just off-brand DC Fago guy. I'm sorry.
How you doing, man? Oops, I put Gate.
God.
Gate doing good.
All right. Well, I hope you can hear us well, man, because I feel like you're on a bit of a delay.
I can hear you guys fine. I can't see you though.
Okay. Oh, here, let me fix that. I will fix that. My bad. Yes, sir. How about this? Can you see me now?
There we go.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's like I'm sitting right there again.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Gage's video is like frozen for some reason. I don't know if that was my fault or his fault, but there he goes. All right. And,
Look for it.
we also have a Juggalo origin story lined up, and
Nice.
he's been patiently waiting, so I don't want to keep him waiting.
Yeah, no, but yeah, we'll bring him right in.
So
man.
we'll just dive right in. All right.
Can't keep the man waiting.
Let me unmute. All right. Everyone, give it up for our good friend and yours, Schmeev from Juggalo Judgement.
What up?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Crack open this motherfucking Fago for y'all.
Oh,
Got
yeah,
myself a
man.
Genuine Fago, delicious red pop.
Oh, that's the
I love it.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
beautiful. That sounds
Man.
beautiful.
The pot, the hiss and pop
Mazel
and
tov.
fizz of a Fago.
There's nothing like it.
It's beautiful, man.
Love it.
How y'all doing?
We're good, dude. How are you?
Feeling good,
I'm doing
man.
all right. Doing all right. Had a nice chill morning. Watched Death Wish 4. Terrible movie.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Is that a Jean-Claude Van Damme joint?
Nah, that's Charles Bronson.
Oh, okay.
how
In
many
his
of them?
like 60s.
How many of them are there? Of Death Wish.
5.
There's 5 of them.
And then a reboot with Bruce Willis.
I've never seen any of that shit.
No, they're bad.
I think that like the first couple were okay.
Like the first one was something, and then from then on they were just like, what if like it was not about how vigilantism is kind of bad for the person who does it? What if it was just about how awesome it is?
That's
Which
funny.
is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never seen any of that shit. I don't know. I don't have an opinion about
We
it.
need to get Death Racers too.
Death Racers, yeah, you're
Oh
right.
man, I'm never getting that.
So, Schmeev, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I'm cool.
Here my gathering fit that I picked up from Nowhere Fast.
Okay.
The only thing I bought.
That's the only thing you bought at the gathering?
Yeah, man.
All right. So tell us then.
Smart man.
You're on a podcast called Juggalo Judgement, right?
Yes.
All right. So
That's
what
correct.
what do you guys do on there? What's the deal?
So, my buddy Mike, the original straight edge juggalo, per his own name, he's been a juggalo since like he was in high school or so, and I've known him since around then, and been best pals for a long time. And I've listened to a little bit of ICP before. Like, I picked up the Wraith once and had that because the cover looked cool. Because I was like, you know what? My buddy keeps coming up to me rapping the same lines from some song that I don't know shit about. Maybe I'll try listening to them like once or something here.
Yeah.
So I grabbed that. I also grabbed the Malenko because he always talked about the great Malenko. So I was just like, let me give it a shot. I listened to a couple things. I was like, yeah, these guys are all right. And then I get him into a podcast that talks about like new metal and shit, and he's like, what if we did what they did but for juggalo shit?
Okay.
And so now here we are going through every single psychopathic release in order from the beginning.
Nice.
Just track by track, chatting it out and stuff. And
So, so prior to the podcast, you especially were just a pretty casual juggalo.
not even a juggalo. Still not. I still don't consider myself one. I don't have that much connection.
Hey, you do a juggalo podcast, so whether you like it or not, you're just gonna have to accept the label.
I refuse.
So you're very casual, even like. Not even safe to call you a fan of ICP, but listener of their music.
Yeah. It's the dragging the person who hasn't heard most of this through it all. So, I was waiting for a long time just to get to Malenko. I was like, oh yeah, episode 4, baby, and he's like, episode 8. I'm like, oh man.
So how much of a juggalo is he then?
Oh, big time. Okay, so here's the thing. I bought this and one other shirt from the same people. The Nowhere Fast stand, not Juggalo affiliated in any way whatsoever besides being at the gathering. He walked away in financial ruin. Like, he very luckily picked up an entire outfit from some people. I think it was who the fuck is that? Not the Safuftiga guys, the guys that they did a song with.
Safuftiga. He's talking about super famous funk time guys, right?
Yeah,
I like that. That's
they
a good name.
They showed up on the Nightmare stage with someone else to do a song. I don't remember who the fuck it was, but yeah, he bought an entire fit from them, and it was a good thing because he got fucking destroyed waiting for the seminar because he did not know about the trash fights.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Wow,
it was bad.
I almost got hit in the middle of that too.
Yeah, I stayed out of that shit.
Yeah. He wasn't aware. Our expert that we had with us did not warn him about that, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sure this will end soon," and he was wrong.
Wow, what a fail!
They just go on and on.
Hour and a half of pure garbage.
Yeah.
Literal garbage.
And then more because it was just a Zen of Love episode.
I know, man. That fucking blows. That was so shitty.
3 hours of pure garbage.
Yeah,
Man was so mad.
and just for more garbage.
And I think Jay waited to the very end to like actually say something important, which was addressing the rumors of his retirement.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that's the only shit we want. During those mystery seminars, give us news or give us death.
Pretty much.
Fuck. So this was.
They could have started with something.
Yeah, I mean they could have started with something decent, but and gone to the fucking Zen of Love, and no one really would have complained. But straight Zen of Love, fuck off.
Yeah.
So Schmeev, this was your first gathering, is safe to say?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, first let me ask you, how many episodes deep are you guys on your podcast now?
Oh Lord. Hit like 90 or something.
Nice, man. Congrats.
Coming up on 100 soon. Thank you.
So
I've been doing this for like 3 years and some change now. We started out doing it weekly, but then I was just like, I can't handle this weekly. I can't edit and listen to stuff to prep for an episode weekly. So
yeah, that's
every other week.
That's cool, man. So I mean, that's pretty impressive that you've been able to hang in there with that much. First of all, I applaud you for not immediately backing out after. I'm sure you did Basement Cuts, Intelligence and Violence, and then Carnival of Carnage. And
we actually did all of that, some of that late because he didn't have it at the time.
Well, that's
So-
probably good.
Yeah, but Intelligence and Violence, I gotta say, not a bad time.
Okay.
I've heard, I didn't care for Basement Cuts as much, but Intelligence and Violence, for like the first thing that was kind of put out by them, was pretty impressive actually, and there's some fun shit on that.
I like it too.
Yeah, we got to sit down with D Lyrical because of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool, man.
Cool guy.
Wow. So, I mean, you guys were at the gathering doing the in the podcast tent, right?
Yep.
I apologize. I didn't get a chance to really. We were so frantic during that whole thing
man.
that I didn't get a chance to walk around and talk to nobody really.
Yeah, it was crazy, and also like with the sound checking going on during that.
Yeah,
it was,
man.
It was a wild time. You may have noticed I was dressed as Misty from Pokemon because I was treating it like an anime convention because that's the only thing that I've ever been to. So
That's hilarious.
Fuck it.
I like that. That's
We
pretty
did
funny.
see you guys then. Clever mentioned it. You were outfit. He almost wore the same.
Yeah.
You're like right across from the Duck One Death table.
Yeah, I did. I remember seeing. Yeah, I was like, wow, Pokemon. Huh? That's cool.
That's funny. That's good shit, bro.
Yeah, it's fun.
All right. Well, that's cool. So let me ask then, like, you going through all this ICP shit, barely being familiar with them, like, how have you been coming out of these episodes? Like, do you feel yourself like kind of getting latched into the culture of it, or are you just kind of begrudgingly still like hammering through these songs every week or every other week?
So, I like float in different areas with this because the thing that really got me with ICP, that got me interested in actually like digging into this, was like I wanted to look into what they're talking about a lot, because I think they got some cool themes going on in their music, especially whenever it comes to shit like, they're two kids who grew up, poor in Detroit and stuff, and they have this what I call unsophisticated class consciousness, which is my favorite kind of class consciousness. If it's too sophisticated, it's out there, but like these guys are just like down to earth, talking like this is shit that's fucked up and affects a lot of people, and I'm like, hell yeah. And when they get into that, like Piggy Pie, they're talking about some shit on either version of that.
Yeah.
I love both of them, and that kind of stuff really interests me. So I'm excited for going into some things whenever, I'm thinking there's going to be something. Sometimes they kind of just let me down on things, and they're, especially back in the past, they had some stuff I was not a fan of that crops up from time to time. But, I do still look forward to it because I'm just like, I get to talk about some shit, and sometimes I get to talk about some weird shit that I'm into where it's just like, oh shit, this is just like some myth that I know about, and I get to fucking flex this dumb knowledge I carry around in my brain.
So what's your shit then? If ICP ain't your shit, what is your shit?
As far as like music and stuff goes, I mean, I grew up a classic rock kid and all that stuff, got into metal and all that. Nowadays I just, I'm into a little bit of anything, throw on a jazz or whatever. If it grooves, it grooves. That's kind of my thing. Like, as we've sort of strayed towards things that might be considered horrorcore, I've realized like I don't really care about horrorcore. it's kind of it's a little try hard for me a lot of times, and I'm just like, no thanks.
Sure.
But,
Well, so what do you think then about ICP's more like, what do you think about their positive messages and songs and stuff like that as someone who's not into the horrorcore aspect?
my absolute favorite ICP song, the best ICP song to me that has ever been written and put to record, is Homies. That song is fucking incredible. Not just on like the general positive side of things, but what it's talking about, which like they've been ahead of the game on a lot of shit here and there. Like they really do like talk about stuff that I feel like I haven't quite heard being in the mainstream discussion like until recently. And they were on top of it, and especially stuff just talking about like, yeah, you know, sometimes your friends are the better family and your family really kind of ain't shit. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just listening to that earlier today.
Yeah, I mean that
running
song,
some errands.
such a jam.
that song is timeless, and it really did capture.
Timeless. It's catchy. It could have easily been on the radio.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think you'll have much pushback. mentioning that as your favorite Icp song. It's a beautiful choice, honestly. So yeah, I'm happy to see that you're into that kind
That's
of
a
shit,
good
bro.
one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And I mean, as far as like things that we've covered so far, I mean, Malenko, as far as I'm concerned, is front to back an excellent album. I do consider it their best, pretty much.
Yeah, same.
And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they get into, like the positive stuff. Even it's not really positive, but I mean, the Mighty Death Pop, the song is like upbeat and fun
Oh,
while
yeah.
they're talking about
Love that song.
the inevitability of death.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. That's the lore is what I mean drew me in. The lore of these wicked clowns. Like that is the selling point. It's sure what they're saying is interesting and stuff like that too, but the story of them and what they're building, the Dark Carnival, like give me all that shit. That's pointing to all that, man. Like that's where my love for them lives.
I feel like they had before they were out, but like ICP really connected with me because they gave a voice to the voiceless. I think they had a big part in that.
Yeah,
There was a majority of kids in the 90s that talked like that, they thought like that, but there was no music really out there that was like that could represent that way.
Yeah, they were keeping it so real.
It was just, they were just normal. That's how people talk. That's how people were back then. They finally gave that voice, and that's what connected with me at first. And then the lore, after I figured that out, that was just icing on the top.
Yeah, they tapped into an emotion for sure. Like that's definitely a big thing. Like even like any kind of genre of music that hits like that, it's always something. Back in high school, I do remember like emo kids and shit getting made fun of and all that stuff. But it's like, yo, these bands, they tapped into something obviously that connected with people and did give a voice to that. And ICP found their niche, and it's a good one.
Oh, for sure. It's worked this long, man. They definitely they did it. They're fucking doing it.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I do. So going through all these albums, you said you're going through all the Psychopathic releases. So are you still
Fucking crazy.
Are you still doing it chronologically? Because we started doing that chronologically, and then that fell apart pretty quickly, and we just been doing random since then. But how's your experience?
We're still going chronologically. I think the last thing we did was Crimson Creek Boondocks.
Oh, interesting.
And as soon whenever this is over, we'll be going to Magic Ninja whenever that starts up too. So we're hitting it all.
Hey man, keep it rolling as long as people are paying attention, man, and you're having fun. That's the main thing.
Yeah, I think actually jumping back to do the stuff that we had missed was really good for me, because for a time I felt like it was kind of stagnating in these, like, I don't know, just a certain era where it's just like, man, I don't know, it's all kind of just blending together in front of me.
Yeah, I get that.
And then jumping back to this really old school sound, all of a sudden I'm like, I feel revitalized now. I got to hear them just being incredibly dumb 17-year-olds. Let's go.
There's something to that. Like the vibe is like people want to compare first and second decks a lot, and we do that a lot here too. But it's easy to say like, oh, this song's better than the other, but why? Why is the new stuff so not as good as the old stuff? And it's there's a special charm about it that comes with, I think, just being in their youth and being so hungry, And
there's something there.
It's been hard to replicate. But that said, I mean, they still come. We've gone through and re-listened to a lot of shit that we weren't sure we would really like. Like just shit that we on first or second listen, like that shit's kind of not great. And we found ourselves like, okay, that's better than we thought. But that said, has there been anything that you listened to that you were just like, okay, this is a low point?
I've had a couple here and there. As Raida's albums have gone on, I've just gotten more tired of that, because I'm just like, man. The first one was fine. You could have just stopped at Dumpin'. We'd have been okay.
Yeah.
But then whenever we had gone up to, what is it, the third or fourth one, and then that was when we went back to do the old stuff, which included Golden Goldies because he didn't have it at the time.
Okay.
Golden Goldies was a low point for me. I was like, no, man.
You know, I've never given that album more than like a cursory like background listen.
Yeah, I think so. My thoughts on that is like, yeah, if you're a big fan of ICP and Psychopathic Records and all that stuff, that's probably a fun album for you if you really like them and all that stuff, because you know you're listening to a bunch of these guys that you enjoy listening to, just being goofballs and having a blast in the studio or whatever. But I don't like them. I listen to their music and I think they're okay, but they are not my friends.
Yeah, I get it.
That's my thing.
I can feel that, man. Like that there's a reason that album never was like officially released.
Yeah.
It was just for them initially. Like they were, you know, they wasn't it something. I mean, you probably know all the ins and outs of that recording and why it was recorded and thing. From what I heard, it was just like, you know, it was for each other. It was for you know.
Yeah. Just to write something in 5 minutes and record it. There you go, one take.
So you said before you were doing the Juggalo podcast, did you say that you were doing a new metal podcast, or you guys were listening to one?
Listening to one.
Okay.
Our good pals at the Roach Coach podcast.
Oh, shout out.
Good peeps.
Okay. I was curious because I didn't know prior to doing the Juggalo podcast, like had you guys done anything else, like any other YouTube podcasts or anything like that?
Nothing in any kind of public sense. No. Just like we're in a band in our local area. Don't do much right now, but that's about it.
Where are you guys
we
from?
Didn't really do much. Western PA, around the Pittsburgh-ish area.
Okay. Shout out to Western PA. I don't know. I anytime somebody mentions anything in PA, I have like one friend that lives there, and I'm assuming you live by him because I don't know where in PA he even lives.
Tell you what, man, there's some awesome areas in Pennsylvania.
It's not bad. I've driven across
Just
the
so
whole
for me, I'm pretty close to the border.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Gage. What'd you say?
Throw away from me, I'm pretty close to Pennsylvania and the Pittsburgh area.
Oh yeah, he's on the. We all
Like
live in
a
Ohio,
30-minute drive.
Schmeev, if you didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Gage lives a couple hours west of us or east of us, like you said, near the Pennsylvania border. But
Right on.
also Midwest homeboys.
Hell yeah. So, like, how far did you have to go to the gathering?
Like 30 minutes. Literally, we went home every night. I was
Not even that.
Yeah, well, I mean, with traffic, I was home
With traffic, it was 30 minutes, but man, like if I drove there in like 20, it was like 22 minutes. Swear to God, I gunned it the whole way and got there in 22 minutes.
Yeah, that part was
Hell
nice.
yeah.
we have had that luxury.
Like hours for me.
It was a what? Gage.
It was like an hour and 40 minutes for me, or like 2 hours depending on traffic.
Okay, that ain't too bad for you.
2.5, 3 hours for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
it
ain't too
wasn't
bad. I mean, I would have gladly drove that. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Packed up with my co-host and the ICP with Wee Boys.
Hell
and
yeah.
Headed out.
Yeah, those guys are cool. So, do you guys?
Love those guys.
Were you guys like how friendly were you with them or any other Juggalo podcasts prior to the gathering?
So ICP with We is really the only other podcast that we know on any real level.
Okay.
But it's actually pretty funny because they had their write-up on Fago Lovers some time ago, and Mike, the shameless promotion guy, puts a comment on it like, hey, yeah, if you enjoy this, you should also check out our podcast, Juggalo Judgement, or whatever.
Okay.
And they really could have just fucking, smacked us down on that one.
No,
But
he's hustling. All right.
they were real cool about it. And, since then, we've become very good friends. I love those guys. They flew in from their respective states to carpool out to the gathering. So,
That's really cool.
because of Eric, that's the reason we had the event at all,
Mhm.
because he suggested it, and Jumpsteady was like, yeah, let me call you and set the whole, and you can organize it all. So,
That's so cool, man. Like we had last week we had on the people that were doing the ice carving during the DJ Chunk show or whatever, one of the parties or whatever. We had them on last week, and it was a similar thing. Like they just literally called Jumpsteady or put it out there. I don't know how they got a hold of him or whatever. Just message him or email. Hey, can we do this? They're like, fuck yeah, come on. So I mean, that's Jumpsteady's just he's down.
I would imagine if you get a hold of Jumpsteady in time, you could probably pitch a lot of like the thing about it is you're going to have to run it.
Yeah, he's like, okay,
Yeah.
if you can do that, you're in. You know?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he. I guess it's just through the their whole thing for the gathering where it was like, send us recommendations.
Oh no. Oh no, are you still there?
Oh no. I'm here.
Okay, you're here. If
It's paused on us a little bit, but you're good.
Yeah, I froze up here too.
it's okay. So you said that so you or ICP with you guys hit them up and like they just like fuck it, yeah, let's do it. I'm so happy they did that, man, because we had, although it was a shit show, like we had fun trying to make it happen, and it felt cool to like we're performing at the gathering, you know.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, shit. First gathering, and I get to fucking have a sanctioned event there. Let's go.
Yeah, that
and
was pretty
people
dope.
coming up to us to talk to us. I'm like, I'm fucking nobody, and people are here to see me.
Yeah, man. It's weird and it's cool though.
Got a kid. I accidentally made a kid throw up. Whoops. Had a chugging contest thing set up.
Oh shit! No.
It looked like they were having some fun over there.
Yeah.
More than our
It was
bullshit.
time.
Yeah.
That kid chugged an entire cotton candy. It did not go well for him.
Oh god. Yeah. So you guys had a Faygo chugging contest?
I set it up. Mike did not necessarily approve it.
Okay.
I do things on my own, and he just kind of has to deal with the fallout.
Okay, I got you. All right. Hey, man, that's cool. You guys you sound like you're a good combo.
Yeah.
So who does
We have a good time.
who does all the technical stuff?
Me.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So, so you bought all the equipment. You had to learn how to record. You learn how to use Audacity.
I'm a Reaper guy nowadays.
I'll have to try that out. All right. I'm that guy too. So I just like shooting the shit and learning
Nice.
other people's tactics like that.
Hey, I do some shit.
You do. You're more of the personality. I'm more of the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I taught Mike how to do some basic editing because he does his own weekly things on our off weeks just to talk about the recent news and all that.
okay.
So he can throw a thing together real quick. And sometimes I've been like, hey, I'm not feeling it. Can you make an intro for us real quick?
Oh, dope.
I'm just like,
It's about how
I'm not
am.
feeling
Yeah.
artsy today.
Yeah, Carver does his fair share. He's edited together last few videos we've made and shit like that. So
I can throw together a piece, like a singular piece, and make it good, and it comes out good. But like, yeah, the whole just running the show is like, I could not do that.
It's a lot. I can
a lot
already
of
tell
work.
just looking at this setup. That's a lot of OBS shit you got going on. You got scenes on scenes, and I don't know, man.
yeah, it's a lot.
I do build the sets though. I can build shit, but
fuck yeah.
doing the fucking the technical stuff, man.
Build the sets, play the guitar.
Yes.
Yeah, build the sets, draw, play the guitar. I can edit some videos together, but that's about it.
Schmeev, what's next on the docket for Juggalo Judgement?
Oh, what the fuck is next on the docket? We did just record. We had the ICP with Wee Boys on to do a debrief episode on the gathering.
Okay. I'll check that out.
We had to record it twice because everything went wrong the first time.
We've been
with
there.
recording.
I feel that. That sucks.
But that'll be out next week.
Cool.
That's going to be the next thing that I put up.
Okay.
And I don't know what our next album is. What the fuck came out after Crimson Creek? Probably, I think it's Let 'Em Bleed too, isn't it?
So wait, do you how do you keep track of that? Do you have like a spreadsheet or something like that?
We do have a spreadsheet. Mike set it up. He listed it all out. So we got stuff for a long time.
I need that, bro. If he set that, you just share that shit with me.
Yeah, hell yeah. Send that
I can
shit
do
to
that.
us.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, shit, man. Do you have you collected any ICP merch or memorabilia in your time as a Juggalo here? As a whether you like it or not, Juggalo.
The one thing that I do have, well, I mean, aside from my thing here, fuck, it'll show up somewhere.
Oh, I
There
see
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
The
My band and the
pendant
thing.
Yep.
I did the first show that I ever went to, a place called Mr. Smalls. was an old church converted into a venue in the area.
Okay, cool.
It's an awesome place. Love it. We saw ICP with POD and Dope DOD and DJ Paul. I think that's everybody. I can't remember. And there I bought a Bloody Mania 7 DVD, I think, and probably one of my favorite things that I've gotten, collecting the special Wizard of the Hood.
Oh, that's a good one.
With the 10.
Wizard of the Hood's great.
Yes.
That is of the solo projects, that is probably my favorite.
Yeah, dude, that's a great one.
I mean that's to me that's brilliant. Just storytelling on a storytelling level. That is a brilliant album right there.
Oh, let me ask this. That had me thinking. Has there been an album that you kind of like? I'm sure there's a lot of albums where going into it you're like, okay, here goes. But I'm curious if there's been one that like knocked your fucking socks off with like how much better it was than you thought it would be.
Man, that's a tough one.
You're like, I didn't expect to like this shit, but it
shit.
fucking slaps. Damn.
I know that you know what? Actually, very recently, the Opaque Brotherhood.
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
Lotus.
Hell yeah.
That one surprised the shit out of me because the other two Dark Lotus albums that we listened to, I was okay with the first two, but I wasn't all that into them. I didn't feel like they had anything super special about them. But that one, I was like, oh, they're like digging in on some like storytelling and shit and kind of like building up this image. And I'm like, that's sick. This is good as hell.
We had a pretty similar revelation when we did that album because that was one of those albums we kind of casually listened to when it came out. Didn't really have a strong opinion on. But when we were forced to listen to it for the show, we were like, God damn. Well, I'll be goddamned. This fucking album rules. You know, and we had the same thing. We had the same thing with the next one. So I look forward to hearing your opinion on that one too.
Nice. All right. But yeah, that one was it was tight. Except exactly like Wizard of the Hood, I stopped before the bonus tracks because I just don't care for them.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the bonus tracks on Wizard of the Hood, like I literally don't even remember them because like they're forgettable.
Yeah.
There's a Bloody Bitch Dead was one. I remember that shit.
Yeah, there's a few of them on there I like.
Multiple Myself.
My Shine was a multiple myself.
I do like My Shine or whatever the hell that one was called.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad. Ain't nobody gonna stop my shine. That one, right?
What's your favorite track? I mean, I know Wizard of the Hood is like a whole experience, but what if you had to pick a track on there? Which one do you like?
Wizard. Oh man, where's it at?
As
Where's my brain at?
Homies of Smoke with Shiny Diamonds.
Homies of Smoke with, there it is. Yeah. I'm like, the one with Monoxide. That one.
Believe me,
I love that.
That's
track.
my favorite too, bro.
It's a good one.
Hell yeah.
Not even a smoker, but I love it.
Hell yeah. Do you listen to Juggalo Rewind?
I need to get around to it at some point. I've chatted with the guys on that.
Those guys are so cool. They that's the only other Juggalo podcast I have really even listened to. Oh, I've listened to a little bit of Icp with We. I'm going to check yours out. But the Juggalo Rewind guys, they just started doing Wizard of the Hood, and it's been pretty fun listening to that.
Yeah, they that was brought up because we hang out in the Icp with We Discord. Shout out.
I hear it's popping over there. Maybe I should join.
It's pretty good. We got all the peeps in there.
All right, I'll hop over
most
there.
of them, I don't know. But yeah, they mentioned they were doing that, and I was like, oh shit! And in my head, I'm like, I need to get on one of those. I need to talk about.
Hell yeah, dude! That's awesome.
So there's Violent J has another album that he's putting out. It's the Walking Home thing.
That's right.
He came out with one song. I have no clue if it's ever gonna finish, but it seemed okay. It had some storytelling in it. I thought it was pretty cool. So,
but I mean, that has potential if he would just finish that kind of shit. Like, let me rephrase it. It doesn't have potential to be as good as Wizard of the Hood. That was a one and done. You're never fucking pulling that off again.
I mean, he said it was. Jay himself said it was going to be as good.
Yeah,
it kind of sounds like it would be a lot like the song "Out."
Yeah.
I haven't listened to any of it, but like "Out" is literally just like, here's my day while I was out doing a thing.
Yep.
Great song, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
another
dope.
Fantastic storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure at the very least, as a non-Juggalo, you've come to appreciate ICB's ability to do that.
For sure.
Even
That is like a big thing. Is that like Jay can tell the fuck out of a story.
He can.
I mean, he's a
first.
natural storyteller, even when he's just talking. Even when he's just like Mikey Clark said in that interview on that one podcast recently. He said, "Yeah, when Jay would be in the studio, he'd run down to the corner store and come back, and you would want to hear that story because he would have a fucking story."
Hell yeah, it's good shit. Well, we'll get him on Juggalo Origin Story one day.
Yeah, Jay, of course.
Jay, I know you're watching. You're welcome to join us.
We'll get his mom.
Oh yeah, we need Jay's mom.
Him and his
go.
mom.
All right, Schmeev, we'll let you go, bro. Did you have any last parting words or any shout outs or anything you wanted to say before you go?
I mean, I don't know. Check us out, I guess. Juggalo Judgement everywhere. That's it. I don't have a whole lot. Follow me on Twitter at Schmeev if you want. I don't talk about Juggalo stuff that much, but you can probably see about what movie I'm talking about or something.
Fuck yeah! Oh,
Thanks for having me on, guys.
You're welcome. You got a
it's
movie?
fucking awesome.
You got a movie recommendation for us?
Battlefield Baseball.
Okay, is that new?
Nope.
Okay.
Mid 2000s, a Japanese movie about a high school baseball team that has to go up against a team that just like murders their opponents and stuff. Mysterious transfer student shows up who's super good at fighting and baseball, and he's like their last hope. It's sick.
That sounds
It's
amazing. All right, Shmee. Well,
It's
So
very
you're a
much a
fan of
parody.
cinema, huh? Okay.
Oh, I love me some movie.
all right, bro. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll holler at you later. We'll see you next time. I'm gonna check your show out, man. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, thanks you too.
Dude, nice
See ya.
talking to you, bud.
Nice talking to you.
Whoop. Yes, there we go. We got rid of Shmeev finally. Just kidding.
Good guy, man.
Just
I had a good couple conversations with him at the gathering, man. Super
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah,
Positive vibe, good energy.
He hit me up like, "Hey, we talked to the gathering. Like, when can we hook up?" I'm like, let's fucking do it." It was like 2 days before our show. I was like, "Are you free Sunday?" And he's like, "Whoa. Let's maybe the following week." He's like, "All right." So
Yeah, he's a cool guy, man.
I'm excited to check the podcast out. That guy's cool.
yeah, man, for sure. He's cool as fuck. And it's an interesting, like the ICP with Wee was kind of like that. Like one guy was a juggalo and the other guy was not at all. And then they were kind of doing something similar. I'm going to check theirs out. I think Schmeev is giving me a, he has a similar vibe to me that I feel. I'm feeling him, you know? I feel like we have a similar appreciation. The songs he mentioned, I mean, unfuckwittable.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
He knows good music.
Gage knows what's up.
So we got
Yeah, I'm excited to check that out.
DC's in the chat. Violent J, the country singer. Mike.
I was just pulling up my notes.
Spoon of spam.
So let me ask you this.
Ranch.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah, what's up?
What is hoodoo?
What is hoodoo? What is
Ooh,
hoodoo?
I did some research.
You did?
Hoodoo is of
I
the.
did, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I can. I mean, let me.
Take this one. Take this
Let me
one.
take this one.
You got it.
Hoodoo's of is witchcraft of an African descent. I would imagine, right?
Whoa!
Well, no. Well, I mean, that's where voodoo comes from, right?
Wait, you're talking about voodoo?
Voodoo, but that's what hoodoo is.
Is it?
Yeah, I think voodoo is a cross between.
You think hoodoo and voodoo are the same, even though they're a different word?
I think hoodoo is a play on voodoo, which is African witchcraft.
All right, Gage.
Am I wrong or
Gage,
am I right?
Is he right?
No, that's pretty accurate. So it came from the time of slavery, and a lot of slaves would practice hoodoo, which was rooted in African voodoo, and they had to keep it from the slave owners, and it kind of was like from Africa, but it started in America.
He does
And
say that.
hoodoo is
He's like it's like West African black magic or some shit.
Yeah, I mean that's.
It's hoodoo is real, and it's like hoodoo. And he says like,
But was it black magic? I mean, the origins of any
well,
type.
it literally is.
But isn't the origins of any type of like
Voodoo and
practition of that
tentacles.
kind of thing was just like part of the culture in that, in those.
Of the
Yeah.
black culture?
It's like about like nature and like earth and ritual. It's kind of like Wiccanism.
Yeah, it's just like
Kinda.
ritualistic things that all like, indigenous people did throughout all over the world. I mean, shit,
Yeah.
I mean, it was all, I mean.
So wait, when black people do magic, is that black magic?
That might be why it's called that. Yeah.
Is that why it started? Is that why black magic was
Wait, is that a controversial
like
stance?
the Europeans called it, the Europeans called it witchcraft, and then when they saw black people doing it, they said, "Oh, that's black magic." I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but it's basically like a religion, and it just gets Hollywoodified to become this mystical like thing that could be good or evil or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that said, I did have another follow-up question.
What a Rastafarian? What's the Jamaican Rastafarian? That came from Africa as well, I believe. The whole Rastafarian
that
religion.
I don't know what they.
Well, that said, I mean, my follow-up question to what is hoodoo is, then how come Papa Shango was so dope?
Papa Shango. Hold on. Papa Shango. Is that a
Yeah, what is-
wrestler?
Yes.
That's a wrestler.
No, wrestler.
God. You're dropping some fucking shit I haven't thought about in years.
I
on
know,
me.
right? I mean, we're talking about hoodoo and voodoo and black magic. I mean, how are you going to talk about all that and not Papa Shango? And you have your Papa Shango hat here?
Yeah, I do. You're absolutely right. I do. Boy, you know what? You're right.
I am.
You're absolutely right.
Absolutely.
Where is this going?
Yeah.
All right. Here, let me see. That was all the questions I had.
You just had a question. Papa, of all the questions you could have asked, let's pull out Papa Shango.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
That
I'll
went
tell
over
you.
my head.
I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, he was a wrestler. I think he wore a big fucking weird mask. Like, didn't he wear one of those big weird
He
voodoo
painted
masks?
his face, bro. He painted a skull
Oh yeah,
on his
that's
face.
right. That's right. Yeah.
He came down with like the staff. He had like one of these fucking staffs,
Mm-hmm.
and like
Yeah.
he would come down like it had like
Shaman type.
Yeah.
it had like hair and shit. I think.
So voodoo, I think, was in America at least. It was based in Louisiana.
Yeah, I mean, it's still practiced down there today. There's all sorts of like voodoo shops and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In New Orleans.
I remember that from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah,
I love
sure.
that movie.
That movie is the
It's a
shit.
Disney movie.
It's the shit.
Princess and
Yeah.
the Frog. Was that Disney? That was a cartoon,
The
wasn't
villain in that is
Yeah.
literally Papa Shango. I'm not
Okay.
kidding. He's literally Papa Shango.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, the Shadow Man, I think is his name in that.
He looks badass. It's
Now-
all voodoo
Yeah, he's
shit.
fucking awesome.
There is some connections to voodoo and the beginning of the mainstream music industry in America, actually.
Okay, go on.
So for some of the when mainstream music started popping off in America, which was like, blues and old rock and those things back in the fucking day.
Okay.
That whole story of the guy going to the crossroads and selling his soul to play the guitar.
I don't know
It's like
that.
a famous story.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember who the artist was. He like died really. That's part of like the 27 Club or something like that, right?
I believe so. He's probably one of the first. He was one of the. It's the first like tale of somebody getting famous because of,
voodoo.
selling a soul. Yeah, I think he was from Louisiana or maybe Mississippi. The Louisiana Mississippi Delta Line blues is kind of has the same kind of sound.
Is it about Oh, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
I know. We know. But anyway. So yeah, there's some history there. There's some history in voodoo from Louisiana,
And hoodoo.
blues, music, all that shit. There's a lot of fucking history, man. American history in that shit.
Well, that said, speaking of American history in hoodoo and voodoo, one of the biggest pieces of hoodoo media on earth is one of the CDs we're going over today.
Let's do it.
This album is concentrated hoodoo,
I agree.
boiled down in the studio to 15 wacky, demented, hoodoo-ish songs.
Now,
Well, what do you got there? What is that?
I've got I had this like promo,
Ooh, that's cool.
Hoodoo.
Ooh,
I have
neat.
no idea where I got this, but I found it in my shit.
It says 2 years in the making. Wow.
Now, is that an actual like voodoo sigil? Because that's
Yeah, so I mean, he a lot of the imagery. It's like the crossroads or something. I don't know anything about it, but I know it mentions it in one of the songs, like the crossroads is something about possibility and whatnot.
So, Gage, you are joining us today, by the way. For those that don't know why we invited Gage to this full episode, he claimed to be a huge crystal skull mark.
Robert
My big
Johnson.
Hoodoo.
That is very dope.
Violent J the country singer,
Yeah.
Robert Johnson. Was that the name of the guitarist who sold his soul at the Mississippi Crossroads?
Okay.
The Delta Line Mississippi Crossroads. I think that was Robert Johnson. Which there aren't very many recordings. I think there's only like one actual like hearable recording of him.
So
I could be
wait,
wrong.
he sold his soul and he didn't even end up famous. What a fucking
He
piece
did
of
it. He
shit.
was famous back
Oh,
then.
okay. He's
yeah.
just not famous now.
Yeah, he was famous back then, but it was before like recorded music and shit like
I
that,
see.
you know.
I see. All right, well, do you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah.
All right, Gage, you're going to disappear for a second, but I'll bring you right back. Ew, that looks ugly. Hold on, that's the wrong one. There we go. Hold on, bud.
So right off the bat, there is Mikey Clark production in this album.
There is. It's not every song. It's mostly Kuma.
A lot of Kuma on here.
Lot of Kuma.
Which the Kuma tracks I really like. I mean,
Yeah, same, dude. They're great. So yeah, pull out the booklet there.
got the booklet out. The intro produced by DJ Clay.
The intro is dope. It's just like it reminds me of like this album reminds me of an ICP album. The way it like flows and it's laid out and shit.
Yeah,
They're using the formula on this album.
I mean, so right off the rip, whoever's heard this album should have that.
It looks like a leather
Yeah.
book.
That is dope.
So, and that's what I got from this album. It flows like a classic ICP album. Now, this was at the end of I think that era.
Yeah, like this is 2012, 13 when Mikey Clark was
Yeah.
leaving.
It was the end of that era of you know the classic ICP.
Death Pop's done.
Yeah.
Jay's in the studio with
Yeah,
Hoodoo
this is-
for 2 years.
Yeah.
The Death Pop era.
Yeah.
I think Do Double was in the thank yous of Death Pop.
Oh, I think you're right.
So what is Do Double? Who is that? Voodoo?
That's
Is that
Hoodoo.
Hoodoo? Do Double?
Dude, that was his original rap name, and when he got signed to Psychopathic, they paid him to change it to Hoodoo and gave him his gimmick.
Yep.
Which works. I mean, the gimmick is fucking very dope, and he looks awesome. He did a great job, like with the lore on this album in particular, like fleshing it all out. His Hoodoo persona, it's so well done. It's well thought out. It ain't no bullshit, you know.
By the way, I mean,
This is one of the best introduction tracks for a Psychopathic artist.
Oh yeah,
Or albums.
yeah.
He came in fierce.
Yeah, I mean you gotta think the representation Psychopathic, like say if this was in the Family era, all the representation you would have had.
oh yeah, dude, you're right.
You know,
'Cause,
you would have had the Native American, you
Yeah.
would have had, you would have had the African.
I mean, you already
Hoodoo.
have 3 white guys dropping N bombs at this time, and no black guy on the label. You know, I mean, they had Isham for a minute, I guess.
Yeah.
I think they just played Blaze off as black for the most part. This song is
Yeah.
the shit.
This song is great.
God damn, this song is the shit.
Hexed.
Oh, I'm gonna pull up the video for this
So it's
song.
track 2, Hexed, produced by Kuma.
This is one of Psychopathic's best music videos, in my opinion, too.
Oh,
Now-
I need to watch it.
Now it says there's a writing by Violent J on almost every track. So
Sorry.
can we assume Jay is actually writing lines for verses, or is it just for like choruses and things like that.
That's a great
He does
question.
a lot of backup on it.
Okay.
Yeah, his voice is on almost every song on this album.
I would really be interested to hear if he wrote any verses. Because Violent J had his hand in almost every,
Yeah, I'm gonna play the
album that the artist would, their first albums they would drop. Like Jay had a lot to do with, some of that stuff. So.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna pause this and we're gonna watch the video. This will probably get us kicked off. We're gonna try it anyways.
Yeah.
I'll flip it backwards.
Chickens and second.
Yeah.
I believe Haitian
Yeah,
ritualistic stuff. It has a lot to do with is.
yeah, I think so. I've heard like when I think of voodoo shit, I think of like Haiti, Caribbean shit. Ooh, look how dope he looks right there.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, on the book, there's that symbol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They blood stain my carpet. Look at him going crazy.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Ludacris. He kind of has a Ludacris kind of look and
Yeah.
sound and feel.
I feel that.
He's like a psychopathic Luda.
I'll accept that. Bend the kibbles and bits. Doom time.
It's just a shame why he didn't get a fucking main stage spot during like a prime
Oh,
time.
Yeah.
Pisses me off, man.
Yeah. Spots were left for like guys like Booyah and Babytron who didn't show up or got booed on stage, and Hoodoo gets the like side stage in the middle of the night.
I know, ain't that some shit?
I mean,
Yeah,
I wonder
that's,
if it fits the gimmick better, like being at night, more intimate show at night.
Yeah. The witching hour for all that black
Yeah.
magic. It was the nightmare stage.
Yeah. I believe those are hissing cockroaches, by the way.
It still says Schmeev here, sorry.
Yeah, that's what Violet J, the country singer, it's about the same way I think is that Jay does do like a demo version of these, or he hands them kind of like what he wants it.
Maybe like an outline. Here's how I'd have
Yeah.
done this. Yeah, I'm convinced because there's no coincidence that every rapper on Psychopathic, their first album is so much different than the rest.
Yeah.
Twisted.
And it
Yeah.
fits directly with like the ICP
Yes.
formula. Yeah.
Voodoo, ABK, all of them,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I wish Violent J would have kept having it as much of a hand, dude. Asylum was fine, but this shit is unfuckwittable. Yeah. Oh, you're about to the Crystal Skull.
Asylum was off.
Something about to get weird. I've been bugging my kids with this album all week.
Those people in weird, crazy costumes was kind of nuts.
Dude, Hoodoo looks fucking crazy right there. Look at him.
Yeah.
Jesus. Almost as cool as Papa Shango.
But it's pretty cool because I guess you could see this as like, oh God, this is cliche, but they would take their artist and just revert back to like the origins of where their culture and shit comes from.
Sure.
With black magic.
Wait, so you think that because they had a black artist, they went back and tried to let's find some West African ties for you?
Or it's just like, yeah, like what is, we have a black artist. Let's, we want to do, a gimmick the same kind of way we did the Native Warrior or the, whatever. And let's Let's see how far we can go back and what kind of cultures we can tap into, and of
That's a
course,
theory.
like voodoo and things like
What about Hoodoo? What if maybe Hoodoo brought the gimmick?
it could have been. I mean, I don't
And they
know.
helped, and then maybe they fleshed it out or whatever. But maybe he had the idea, like I really like voodoo type shit. I could be like a voodoo. I could be Papa Shango, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
And they're like, all right, we love Papa Shango. Perfect.
I don't know. I just think let's go off. Let's go off of any type of supernatural thing we can.
Yeah. This song is very dope too. I like how he's like, I got a set of black wings, like every other verse or whatever. Like I just like the flow.
Yeah, this song. I wish they would have used actual crow samples though.
Yeah. It's like somebody just going like.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like Shaggy stubbed his toe, and then they're like, "Yeah, perfect."
Yeah. There's Violent J back there. On a set of black wings.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other similarity to like other ICP albums is the fact that like he doesn't do the same rapping style on every song. Like shit like this. Like he's doing like some weird switch ups and shit.
But yeah, I mean,
Who did the production on this one?
um,
Yeah, the booklet.
yeah, let's look.
Oh, I left this disc in the car. I was still rocking it out.
Yeah, it's a nice quality booklet too.
Mm-hmm.
Takuma track.
Yeah, Kuma did the track. Yep. Yeah, but I mean, there's just a lot of things about Hoodoo I do like. I like his voice. I like his presence.
He himself seems really cool, like humble, like down. Like he genuinely loves what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure. Violent J, the country singer, said we need a Chinese dragon rapper. Oh, ICP should
That would be fucking
get an
sweet.
Asian guy and a
Surprised
Chinese.
we don't have that.
Oh, that's dope, bro.
I mean-
Get Jin on the phone right now.
Yeah, as cliche as the shit is that you could argue it's cliche. Let's just let's pick whatever culture they come from and give them that gimmick. But it just works usually.
Yeah.
I mean, Y is built off of gimmicks and shit. That's all what makes it so fun, interesting, different.
Yep. Yeah, if they were all just boring ass regular rappers like Gibby Stites and Red and whatever other boring ass regular ass rappers like Magic Ninja has on.
Yeah, I mean,
Man, that shit's boring, bro.
yeah.
Boring. Unless you just have the skill to back it up. If you don't have the skill, you gotta have the fucking gimmick.
And they might even have the skill, but the gimmick like grabs you, and you're like, "Oh, what is this?"
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of that.
Or light. That's a good
I mean,
one.
it's 1980s WWF is what Psychopathic was built.
Yeah.
It was built off an independent rap label mixed with 1980s WWF.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon giving every wrestler a gimmick,
This song's pretty tight.
but there is truth to also letting the rapper run with their own personality and just turning it up a notch.
Okay.
Because that's what Stone Cold was. Stone Cold, Vince McMahon did not give Stone Cold that gimmick. Stone Cold basically said, "Fuck the gimmick Vince McMahon gave me," and he's like, "Let me be myself."
Yeah. That worked better than anything.
Yeah, exactly, and became one of the biggest wrestlers of all time.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. I guess Ouija is that.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the thing where
He's just
Jay,
kind of doing his thing.
where Jay was like, "Yeah, do your thing,"
This song's
I think
tight.
his
Though.
gimmick is he's just a super juggalo.
Yeah, it is. That is. I'm the biggest juggalo on earth.
Mm.
That's my gimmick.
Light's gimmick is that he's white, I guess. Man, I never knew much about Light. I know he was there for a while.
He's an okay rapper. He's just boring. That's it.
Yeah. But
I
sometimes
didn't even know he was on psychopathic at the time.
He was for like
I thought
what?
He was just some dude.
2 months. He was on Psychopathic Records.
the worst thing you can be is boring.
Yeah.
Period. I don't give a fuck how good you are.
Yeah.
If you're boring, you're boring.
But like with Light, people think like speed rapping makes him not boring. Nope. Makes you super boring, in fact.
like, we get on here and talk about Ouija a lot and how it's not my music, but he's not boring to watch.
He's not.
You know what I mean? And that's why.
Yeah, energy.
Yeah, like
I mean, I'll watch his video just for the gothic sluts.
Yeah, I mean, there's an interesting aspect about him, even for someone like me, But like Light, there was nothing that caught me with that dude. Nothing. Sorry,
feel it.
just,
This song, by the way, I think he's telling his origin story. He said it was the hoodoo that whatever or something or other. I'll just put the lyrics. Give me life.
It was Hoodoo that gave life to the monster.
Oh yeah, it was hoodoo. Yeah. What's it called? Give it life.
Don't blame me. I'm just a doctor.
There it is.
Like maybe like a
Oh, they don't even
Dr.
have.
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type thing.
Hey, Gage, you can be the fucking hero if you just go to genius.com and fill out all the lyrics for Big Hoodoo because it's not on there.
not one song.
Really? I'll get around to it sometime.
Thanks, man. DC says, "Give it life" is Mad Professor 2013. All right, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to think about it for a minute, but yeah.
This song is very dope. This is Mountain Climbing with Violent J. Jay rips it on this song.
This must be. Yeah, this is one of Violent J's best verses ever. I don't give a fuck. I think it's so good.
It really is good.
I think this is one of my favorite songs on the album, if not my favorite.
It's a great one. Produced by Joe Strange.
This song?
Yeah.
They had a couple other songs produced by Joe Strange. I don't know who the fuck that is.
Produced by Joe Strange, written by Hoodoo and ICP, and Awesome Dre's on this.
Here goes Jay.
And Sugar Slam, additional vocals.
It's just Jay spitting some real shit.
Well, I think Jay, the reason why he had such a good verse, because like he's basically talking about their what they did to become ICP, just like the mentality you have to do what they've done.
I mean, that's what this whole song's about. You want to climb the mountain, you just gotta fucking do it.
Yep.
I think I mean I'd still like Hoodoo's rapping. I like his voice is just so smooth. I want to hear it on every song only.
His
Only
voice has a it has a very prominent, heavy presence.
He's got like a charisma to his voice.
Yeah, it almost seems like he doesn't even have to try that hard.
Yeah, that's just like how he talks.
Yeah.
Like like you hear like newscasters talk and they put that voice on.
Yeah.
Like that's just his voice.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
it's just commands.
Yeah, he just has a natural commanding voice. Yeah. Which is not most rappers don't have that. They have to put on a voice. They have to really turn it up, and the ones that can do it with such ease and still captivate you, it's like damn, like there's not many that do that. And I'm sure Hoodoo was, inspired or, influenced by Awesome Dre.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. I think he's jumped him out on one of the songs on this album.
Yeah, he does.
I think it's like
on Detroit Murderous, yeah, I think he does.
Now this verse right here is really good too. The rhyme scheme that he
He's
uses.
like, I use words like vicissitude.
Yeah.
Here goes. Oh, it's about to come up.
He's got the same rhyme scheme the whole time.
Yeah, he schools it.
Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
Great fucking verse.
But that's an example of not having a gimmick and not being boring.
Yeah.
That verse right there.
Exactly. It's like, Awesome Dre's coming in like, well, I ain't got a gimmick. I got, hey, let me just school it.
Mm-hmm.
Hoodoo sounds exactly like Paris. Yeah. Haven't listened to a Paris verse in a long time.
Same.
Probably since the last time we did something on here that Paris was on.
Probably whatever. He's on Ghetto Neighbor.
Okay.
That might be the last time. So this song's called Blitz. It's all about just getting high and shit. It's all right. This song's not one of my favorites on
Yeah,
here.
there was at least 2 tracks on this album I wasn't really feeling too much.
It's okay, but I'll put it like this. I'm not skipping a single song on this. I'll be honest. I want to say like the next song, Never Had, is one of my least favorites, but I struggle with it because I mean we'll get to it, but I don't have. I just don't.
I never
Yeah.
had a huh. I never had a yeah.
I have issues with that song.
Which that is a Mikey Clark track.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. This one's Kuma Blitz.
Yeah, this song's it's a lower tier for me.
Kind of chill. It's good, like coming down from the mountain climbing song.
Yeah, that's good. You climbed up the mountain, now we're climbing down with this not so great song. All right, so I'm gonna move on to Never Had.
Justin Manny. All they got to do is buy a Magic the Gathering card deck, draw a random card, and then make someone be a rapper version of the card.
Perfect, bro.
I mean, that's a good idea.
Hey man, I got fucking.
Oh, one thing that annoys me about this song is the first lyric on this song. He says that the punchline is "since I first came up out the pussy," and that's annoying to me. First of all, I don't know, like just saying like that being the first lyric out the bat. I'm like, come on, man. You gotta say coming out the pussy. You couldn't think of a better word than that. That bothers me.
You could say.
Talk
like,
about your mama, bro. You're
since
talking about coming out your mama's pussy.
You could say something about I'm the pearl coming out the clam or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're talking about like a better metaphor,
Yes.
like a clever metaphor rather than just saying pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole song is him talking about how his mom didn't want him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually this song is disturbing. Like the shit he's saying.
Yeah,
like,
it is pretty fucked up.
It's like
It's dark.
He's doing it in like a very like somber tone, but it's very fucked up.
Yeah.
This song is this is like an actual like real shit.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't even say you like this song because it's depressing and
No, it's
weird.
It's upsetting. Yeah.
And the hook. One thing I don't like is all this shit he's saying. I never had care. I never had food. All that shit. Like it's kind of whack, but I have an issue with it. That doesn't rhyme. None of them rhyme. You could have made those rhyme, bro. I never had care. He's like, I think he's gonna say something that rhymes with like care. He's like, I never had affection. Like,
It's like the opposite. Yeah, I don't know. That didn't bother me as much. I like the hook, but I like the track. I like the beat.
he said that. Somebody said Nobody Man said this has a video. I didn't know that. Oops, hold on.
This beat almost gives me like Dark Lotus vibes.
It's a sick beat. I mean, it's dark and fucking. It's got that sound.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
This is the video I'm playing now for listeners. Okay. Who just murdered some guy in his car. Just funny.
This video's good quality.
Yeah.
This is like the pop era where they were really like pulling out of stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Whoa.
Actually got sets.
They put like a shitty dirty bib on them.
I remember I've watched this video once. I think back when I came out. Back when it came out, I saw this video.
Yeah, I think I suppressed it. This was depressing.
Yeah.
I never had booze.
So
It
that-
should be something like that.
So that dude just gave him the book.
oh, okay. He
That's
gave him.
cool. There's a little story going on.
Oh, that's cool. So well, is that a Bible though?
No, it's probably that book. It's the book.
The Hoodoo book?
The Hoodoo book. Yeah.
The red book.
I would imagine that's what it is.
Maybe that's the red book.
Yeah. It's weird the book was never like given a name. It's just the book. Yeah, maybe it is the red book.
He probably wanted to use green book, but you know.
But Hoodoo's red. Come on.
All these
videos.
all these Detroit music videos, and not one of them has RoboCop in it. I know, man. Fucking RoboCop. Come on, man.
Having this up.
All right, this video is just—it's such a downer.
Isham Mama was a junkie. Yeah.
All right, I'm good on Never Had, man. It's a decent song, but I never want to hear it. You know, like I'm not. Never Had. That's my shit. Nobody's saying that.
Put that shit on, bro. It's a good one.
Never
though.
had the inclination that I wanted to hear that song.
This song's tight.
This song was awesome.
This is
I think
another
this is a
Kuma.
video, too.
Yeah. This has a video too.
I think so.
Oh,
Additional
shit.
vocals by Kuma and Mrs. Kuma.
Oh, it does have a video. Dope. We're gonna listen. We're gonna watch this. I never saw it. This song is the shit.
This is contender for my favorite song on the album.
I want to have Never Had played at my wedding. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking fool.
Just play that when like your mom is in the room. Is it me or do you like videos that are at 60 frames? I don't like 60 frame videos, man.
What do you mean?
Like 60 frames per second.
I don't notice. You notice that? You really notice that?
Yeah. I notice it. I think a 30 frames per second video is once you go past that, once you go up to 60, it looks fake.
Oh, okay.
The videos look cheap. I think they look cheap at 60 frames.
I've never paid attention, I guess.
It looks like it's shot on like a phone or something, you know.
Yeah. This video's pretty cool.
I don't even like movies at 60 frames. The only thing I like at 60 frames is games and like YouTube videos.
I do notice games, but I don't pay much attention when it's videos.
Yeah. Games and like YouTube videos that aren't music videos. That aren't like cinematic. Anything cinematic, I don't like 60 frames. Yeah, 60 frames can look like soap operas. Yes, that's what I meant. It gives it that cheap look.
That's Jay on the hook, right? That's
Yeah.
Hoodoo too, but
I don't know. I don't
Listen.
think so. This is Dark
you don't
Side.
hear Jay right there, where he says "Illusion."
This is Dark Side.
Yeah.
It says produced by Kuma, written by Do Dubla, additional vocals by Brian Kuma and Mrs. Kuma.
Oh, okay.
There's no J vocals on this.
Wait,
Not-
Mrs.
not
Kuma? I thought
credited.
you said Mrs. Hoodoo.
Mrs. Kuma.
Oh,
Kuma and Mrs. Kuma.
interesting.
There's no J credits
Okay.
on that. So
Too.
that's interesting. It does sound like J though. I'll give you that.
Well, what do you think about the song?
I like it. I like it a lot. It's got a great beat, great sound.
I like that. What is that? A harmonica? Like in the hook here? Sounds like a western. That?
Yeah, it does sound like that. Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, I've never picked up on that.
Yeah, that is like it's like a really small harmonic sample.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they just take like one note.
It just
and-
takes me to like a saloon when I
Yeah.
hear this song. All right, that song's the shit. The video's pretty tight. All right. Damn. How many more fucking
harmonicas
videos
and
you
music
got?
is underrated. Absolutely,
I
harmonica's
agree.
great.
I love harmonicas, bro.
I actually listen to a lot of music with harmonica in it.
Instrument.
If you listen to a lot of Americana music, you will get harmonicas, folk, and stuff like that.
Where am I going? I don't want that. I want this one. All right, so this song is Crystal Skull. This might be my second favorite song on the album. Very dope.
This is a
beat.
good one, yes.
Good story song.
Produced by Cold 187. Violent J and Sugar Slammer on this.
Like I'm fucking nuts. What's happening?
I mean, it just shows you what a simple beat can do for
I
hip
know.
for a hip hop song.
Yep.
And I like
This song
what's that?
called Night. I think this song could be called Night of the Crystal Skull. It gives me the vibes of one of those.
Yeah. You're right. Here it goes. Forgetting my crystals.
Oh, Echo Side Fiend dropping a little bit of knowledge. Check out the Mountain Men for some straight up harmonica driven folk music. Okay, I will. I love folk music. I love harmonica. Fit me to grab me some drink.
All right. I just want to groove to this song, man. It's so good.
Yeah. It's good.
You grab me one too.
Just dude.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I love it.
Yeah, man, this album, dude. I'd go. This is a psychopathic classic.
I agree.
100%. Yeah.
Really is, man. I mean, it's fucking great.
Yeah, little ninja, you should get some harmonica samples for your beats, man. Hook me up with one. I'll rap on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's what you do, little ninja. You pick you a key. What do you want your key to be in? Harmonica, key of C, key of A, key of D, key of G. Pick your key, and then go with that. Get your sample in that key, man. Go to fucking town. Make a dope ass
Your
beat.
kilos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now there should be. I don't know if you produce with the keyboard or anything like that, but there should be like harmonica keys that you can, like actual keyboard keys. There should be a harmonica setting for a plug-in that you could get. Probably, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't made a beat in a long time.
Oh,
But
Lil Ninja just released a new album of beats
really,
last week, I think.
here's some of that shit. I like this song.
This song is great.
This song's very goofy, but I like it a lot.
love it.
This reminds me of an ICP song.
It's basically an Insane Clown Posse song. It's
Yeah.
got a Mikey Clark beat and everything.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it. I mean, I could see this on any Joker's card or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Such a groovy,
It's been
funky
like
beat.
boom, 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 boom. Mhm.
Now, this song, Shaggy's verse is is literally his origin of becoming a wicked clown, is it
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. I thought the song was an Insane Clown Posse song because of that. Like, the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a what if, I would guess. It's like an alternate universe what if thing.
Sure.
But, you know, I don't know if you go down the history of ICP, this is going to be the verse chosen for like Shaggy's origin.
Yeah.
But
But you know what? I don't think he has another origin.
he's never, I don't think he's ever rapped in there. He's rapped lines like
Yeah.
when I was born or when I was a kid, but I don't think there was ever like a whole verse.
How I became a wicked clown.
Yeah.
Jay stitched them together on Mad Professor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. There's so
Maybe he
many.
wasn't a clown. Maybe he got cursed afterwards.
He said, "Paint his ugly face up, almost like mine."
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hoodoo's verse might be my favorite on the song.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Mike, so it is a Mikey Clark beat.
It's such a basic like rapping style, but it's like his word choice is what
Mhm.
does it for me. You know?
I mean, this can't get any more like just ICP is psychopathic than this, man. It's produced by Mikey Clark. The only voices on here are Hoodoo, Jay, and Shaggy. And Mikey Clark, additional vocals with Mikey Clark. I mean, you got Jay, Shaggy, Mikey Clark, and Hoodoo. That's all you have on this track.
It works. His story is tight on this song.
Yeah.
Storytelling.
He talks about in his verse he killed a guy and then like based on, did a spell to kill a guy and then but now every time he looks in the mirror he sees that guy. It's tight.
Yeah. There's like monkey paw stories where they cast their spells and
Yep.
they think it's gonna go and then it blows up in their face.
Yep. It hurt fucking with spells.
I mean, it was only a matter of time to get a voodoo gimmick with somebody. I mean, ICP's been talking about it, voodoo, since Malenko.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say that's how this beat. This is like gypsy sounding style samples on this beat. I would think, you know,
Yeah.
like Arabian, gypsy. Speaking of harmonica, I used to think the Blues Traveler singer was John Goodman.
Dude, that dude can rock a fucking harmonica.
Oh yeah, I think he passed away, didn't he?
No, he's still alive. John Popper?
Is he?
He's still alive. He still tours, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Spells.
More demons spank you.
That part is funny. It's like spells. It's real black magic and spells. They probably had fun doing this shit.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's a great.
Yeah, it's not very fun.
It's a fun, lighthearted. Just I always like when they I love when they talk about like dark, fucked up shit, but it like it like blows up in their face and like they get the short end of the stick,
Sure.
you know. You know, like they're using spells, but it's they're fucking it up. You know, it's comical. I like that shit. You know.
Fucking with spells.
Make themselves the joke.
Yes.
I mean, it's one of the main things I love about them.
Mm-hmm.
Spells. Spells. This song might be my least favorite song on here.
Which one is this one?
Happily Ever After.
Oh yeah. I used to not like this one, but the more I thought about it, it's like a good story song. Like the whole thing is like a ritual throughout. It's kind of
Yeah.
the way
I do appreciate it for that reason, but the song just doesn't, it's not fun to listen to.
No,
It-
yeah. The
It's like, it reminds me of The Dead One or something.
Yeah, really turned by that vibe.
I will say this is one of the only tracks I'm not too into his voice. Like the stylings he's choosing to use right here.
It was like almost whisper.
Yeah. And that's Jay, right?
No, I think that's dude just yelling.
Yeah, I think so.
It sounds like fucking Jay.
It's like doing a Jay impression almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, finally Jay wrote some stuff for it.
For this song?
Yeah, and by Daredevil and Violent J.
Man, I'll go on and say this is my least favorite song on this album. This song is a skipper for me.
I think there's.
I might agree with that.
I think this could have been like a.
Like an interlude?
You could have used the beat. Yeah, used the beat as an interlude with like an actual chant or something on
Yeah.
it.
You even could have had this spread out over a couple of songs
Yeah.
at the end or something. You know what I mean? To build up to whatever. But
Yeah.
3 minutes and 14 seconds of this? Fuck off.
Yeah, it's a cool concept, but I don't think it was executed right.
Yeah. I'm gonna skip through it. My homie. This song's kind of goofy, but this fits the vein of a kind of a serious topic. He's talking about suicide on this song, and he talks about bringing his homie back.
Yeah.
But he he's mad at him for it. You know, I think this song's mostly about his opinion on suicide.
Yeah.
It's song almost like a message underneath
My
of
homie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ICP has had a few songs, you know, talking about having, you know, a dead body as a friend type shit, but never was it like someone they knew. It was almost like just a random body they found. You know, I found a body, or, you know, I didn't mean to kill him.
Yeah.
That type of shit, you know.
He ain't the same anymore. It's got a good hook. Broby. I like how it says Broby.
Broby.
No, I'm gonna start calling people Broby. That's cool.
it.
Do it.
I'm gonna keep it 50 straight.
That's not loud enough. I need to turn my drops up.
Mm-hmm. Just
What's-
magic.
What's in the powder, Hoodoo?
Yeah, what's in the powder?
Maybe it's cocaine. Maybe this is he's actually talking about how deep lost on coke.
Maybe. He ain't the same anymore. Whoa. I didn't know it would do that. Sorry. Mommy style, like you never used to.
Jankum powder. Dehydrated piss.
Yeah, let's take more call. Let's take a call. What's Hoodoo's magic powder? Cocaine, Jankum.
What's the recipe? Maybe all of the above.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Throw it all together.
Oh damn.
Maybe it's like
Fucking crap.
some of like the dirt off Choco socks.
The what?
Some dirt off Choco socks. Everything goes in there.
Oh yeah, I need a Choco drop. Somebody mentioned that. I forgot.
Know what I'm saying?
I like my crit.
Thinking clowny thoughts.
Oh yeah, I need that.
I'm gonna keep it 50 straight.
Oh shit. Bro, I watched that that dude who did the what's this fucking, I'm blanking on his name. The dude who does the Channel 5 news with that talked to Crit Mac. I watched another video of his the other day where he went to some like hood block in Chicago. Like there's this group of apartments that's like a quarter mile or block. That is like the worst block of Chicago, I guess. Like motherfuckers, like 1,000 people get murdered in there a year or some shit. But it was pretty interesting. I learned a lot about some hood shit. But it was interesting because Andrew Callahan is his name. He went on No Jumper, right? You know what No Jumper is, right?
Yeah, of course.
He went on No Jumper and was like, "You're kind of antagonizing this gang violence, like on your show. Don't you realize that? Like kind of confronting him, like you're having these like because the thing is in that block, a lot of the gang members and dudes in there, they're rappers and shit.
Yeah, of
And
course.
they'll go on like shows like No Jumper to like big up themselves, get notoriety, have songs where they're like dissing specific people that get popular, and then they get shot, killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
so it's perpetuating that violence. And
Well, yeah.
it's kind of interesting how he was confronting No Jumper for that. I thought that was kind of I was big up at him for that.
Yeah.
Fuck No Jumper, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not. I was never a fan. I'll watch it when I
Yeah,
see.
those guys seem kind of scummy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. This song is the shit too. Bad luck for the haters. That shit's so dope, bro.
To the Jinx. I like how Hoodoo has like 4 names.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the Jinx? That's like an alter ego type
Yeah,
thing.
I think so. Because there's, it might even be this song. He's like, he's like, who do the Jinx. He says
Yeah.
all of them.
Well, there's a graphic in the book too where, like that right there. Yeah, he's holding it up. The
Yep.
Jinx. Yep.
I think that's dope. I like how he has like another like I don't know if it's an alter ego or just another name for
And
himself.
he's got that other one where he's got the powder going in his hand. If you can,
Oh,
yeah, in the booklet, he's pouring powder in his hand. And it's called he's got the graphic, the Jinx with the hat and shit.
That's dope. It's dope. I don't know what's like. I wish he made it more clear, like what that meant or what it was. But I accepted it as just being like another. I don't think it's an alter ego. I think it's just another nickname. Maybe he's saying like, if you meet me, you're unlucky. I'm a Jinx. You know. To the Jinx. That's dope. Justin Manny.
maybe the Jinx is
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
like
Gage.
the magic in the skull.
The
I
what?
said maybe the Jinx is like magic in the skull,
Oh, okay.
Well,
where the skull like talks to him and shit.
I think it's part of his gimmick of he's giving people bad luck. You know, his magic, one of his abilities is to be able to jinx somebody, give them bad luck, which is kind of what he's talking about in the song "Bad Luck to the Haters."
Yeah. This song's dope though. I think it's just a dope shit talking like "Here I Am" song, you know. Whoops. Too loud. Sorry.
What does it say? Justin Manny said, according to Joe Budden, you're not allowed to ask any drill rapper about a single thing they rap about. What a
Yeah.
strange concept.
So that's what that Andrew Callan. It was mostly about drill rap. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I know all about drill rap. Yeah, drill rap. Since drill rap has came out, they have put out numbers of murders have gone up since drill rap has come out.
I wasn't hip to drill rap. Like I
Yeah.
didn't know that was even a genre.
yeah,
you know?
it's
It's just a new gangster rap, is all it is.
yeah, it gets the kids rowdy to shoot each other.
It's literally just it's the hypest
Yeah.
fucking let's go like vibe.
Yeah.
But you're literally talking real shit.
Yeah, it's
You're like, yeah, they're literally like, little Bo, I'm fucking coming for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night. Meet me at 5th and whatever.
it's strap up and ride out music on each other, and it's kids doing it. That's the bad thing. It's kids shooting each other, and I think it originated in Chicago.
Yeah, I think so. That's what they talk about.
Yeah.
Chief Keef came from that block.
Yeah, I mean drill rap. Yeah, the murders have gone up since that music has been pushed into the
Yeah, it's interesting. I was not hip to that like world, but I mean, I'm not surprised, I guess. But I just thought it was still just pretend. Like gangster rap's always been just for fun. I mean, some people like actually talk shit and it's real shit, but
Gangster rap was always a real thing, man. There was definitely a lot of studio gangsters
Yeah.
that made it in the mainstream
Tupac.
and perpetuated it. But the gangster rap was always a real thing.
yeah.
And nowadays, and they've just gotten younger and younger. And then you got to imagine kids growing up. Each generation grown up with gangster music. They just got worse and worse. Music really does drive these kids to shoot each other. I mean, they would probably. I guess you can't say that they might do it anyway, just because of the circumstances they're in. But the music doesn't help.
Yeah. Justin Manny, you're right. It is called O Block. Look that shit up. It's a pretty interesting video. He's mainly talking to some dude like there the whole time that's like just been in it, you know. This song is the shit. Detroit Murderous. What do you think about it?
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's some real shit. It's
They're almost gangster rap, right?
This song I
Yeah.
would say is gangster rap shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
talking about how shitty. He's talking about how shitty Detroit is. But you know what's funny is like the dichotomy between this song and the next one. It's interesting because he's talking about like how shitty and fucked up Detroit is, like in society on this song. But he's like, it's his city, so he rolls with it.
Yeah.
But the next song is called "The World Is Very Different Now," where he's just talking about how shitty the world is and like how it sucks.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just want to bring that up.
Yeah, see, Detroit was always ghetto as fuck too, but like I think they were a little more adventurous and creative with their music, and it kind of kept them from going the route of Chicago, keeping their,
Yeah. From Detroit Murderous. I never heard Jay call it Detroit Murderous until this song was already out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I wonder if there was if that's a common nickname for Detroit Murderous.
My thing
I
is,
never heard it before this song.
Yeah.
my thing is the concept of bragging about how bad your city is in hip hop to me is a weird thing.
Bad as in like shitty.
It's weird that you can't do the opposite and people will like it. Like you have to brag about how fucked up your city is in hip hop.
Well, because how fucked up your city is a representation of how fucked up and shit and like how hard you've had it,
Yeah.
So that's that fits whatever persona you're trying to put out. If you haven't had it hard, who the fuck wants to listen to you?
Do you have to have it hard to listen to the music?
I mean, I don't think so. I haven't necessarily had it hard like some of these motherfuckers claim to.
Well, I'm just
but-
saying, like, no other genre of music do you care if the person has gone through a hard life.
That's
Really?
interesting.
Do you? I mean, do you in any other genre?
No, because like no rock star has had like a hard ass life.
And if they do, they don't. It's not the biggest part of their music.
yeah,
They
like Jewel had a hard life.
Jewel,
Yeah,
like the singer Jewel.
yeah. She was like,
Isn't she from Canada?
Yeah, she was like from Alaska or some shit. She was like hustling on the street, like literally like street guitaring, and became famous from that for real.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, she doesn't make that her personality.
No, the difference with a lot of metal and like rock is the person does have a bad life. So music is like an outlet to get the frustration out. It's not like a bragging and like storytelling.
Yeah.
outlet, right.
Yeah, that is the
Yeah.
difference. More of an outlet rather than, bragging and like, this is
Yeah.
kind of what I want, Yeah, I don't know. It's there's just these weird dynamics with hip hop that it just seems like you can't get away from, or people won't take it seriously. I mean, even ICP, they're rapping clowns, but they're they still rap about the hardships they've come
Yeah.
from.
They still rap about real shit.
It's just one of the, I don't know. I mean, I see why it is captivating to hear about somebody talk about their hardships and shit. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's telling a scary story, but it's a real one.
Yeah.
This song is the shit. I really like it. I think it's a good ending to the album.
Yeah, I like it.
I really like the
So,
hook. Reminds me of something like where he's like, the world is very. It reminds me of like Ringmaster's Word or something.
Really.
Like it has that.
Interesting.
It just has that like disjointed, like deep, creepy kind of voice, just talking. I like that. I think it sounds really dope. And then he's like, I just wanna get away. I don't know. It's just
I
tight.
get what you're Yeah. It's a Kuma beat.
Kuma killed it. Kuma crushed it on this whole fucking album, dude. He should really be proud of himself. This album would not have been as good without that the fucking great production.
Yeah.
Kuma, I mean, Hoodoo is the shit. He can rap his ass off, and he sounds cool and shit. But man, a lot of these beats and like the way the songs are structured are what sell it for me.
Yeah, and
I wonder.
going off of DC's video he put up not that long ago about Kuma, he's still hoping for Kuma on the 6th rather than Mikey Clark. Mikey Clark, yes, Mikey Clark obviously is, the popular choice, but I kind of feel the same way, man. Let's give Kuma the chance, man, because I think it would come out just as good.
I would love to hear a full Kuma produced Joker's card.
I would like to see Kuma produce Joker's card, Mikey Clark advising, studio advisor. You know,
Or like Kuma produced, Monkey Clark mixed, or like they collab.
yeah.
That would be. I think that would be ideal.
I would like Mikey Clark to be in there as kind of like, you know, getting the hooks and stuff the way they need to sound, but having, you know, Kuma doing the production, the main inspiration of the sound, but having Mikey Clark getting them hooks nice and precise.
Because we are under the assumption that Mikey Clark has a hand in how
I believe
how the writing should go and how this verse is structured.
I believe Mikey Clark has a big hand in how the hooks and bridges and all that shit sounds. When you get a Mikey Clark album and you hear that sound, it's because he has the hand in it.
Yeah, I feel
because non-Mikey Clark albums, the hooks don't sound the same.
They don't slap as hard.
Yeah, usually the hooks are simpler, I think, with a Mikey Clark album, but they slap harder.
I think maybe Jay kind of sucks at writing hooks, and he needs someone to like kind of inspire him.
Yeah,
Maybe there's something to that.
but yeah, Mikey Clark studio advisor, Kuma produced.
We're just, you know what? Everything we're saying over here, you know what I'm about to say, right? It's
Speculations.
you know that.
Yeah, of course.
Elbows on bed, puffing on hip, sipping on sip, dipping and skating and bouncing this shit.
Oh man.
All right, man.
Rockwood.
So that's all for. There is not a secret track per se, but he does have a creepy voice at the end, just kind of talking. I had this on in the other car in the car the other day. I didn't even say anything. I just let the song finish and just kept playing. And my daughter was listening. She's like, "What is this?" I was like, "I don't know."
You're the jinx. Yeah.
It almost sounded like they were setting up to like another album, and then it just never came up again with this ending thing.
Like he literally like kind of laughs at the end. Like it sounds like a genuine laugh. So I think they're just like he's probably like say some scary shit in the studio, and like they're looking for some shit to add for dubs or intro or whatever, and he's just goofing off. Is what I think. That's my 2 cents.
But I do think
Is
Mikey
this your 2 cents?
There he is laughing.
Mikey Clark had a hand in
My
this
2
album.
cents, motherfucker. He did some of the beats.
Yeah, he
I
did
don't know
some
how
of the
much he
beats.
worked on, though.
And then in the special thanks to, Mikey Clark was listed as the first person. He said, Mikey Clark, thanks for the amazing trip to outer space. So I'm wondering if Mikey Clark did have more of a hand than just producing a few tracks. He had a hand in like actually advising this album and getting the hooks and a lot of the things the way they needed to be.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I believe in Kuma, and I think he could have done all this without Mikey Clark's assistance.
Yeah.
But as good as this first album has come out for Hoodoo, like I have to assume Mikey Clark like at least advised some of this. You know,
I would think so, man.
Yeah. If that's the case, that's proof that if that's how they do the next Joker's card, it can work. Because I think Crystal Skull overall is awesome.
that's a great point. Could Kuma still bring it as hard if all he needs is a little bit of guidance from Mikey Clark? I would love. I know Kuma doesn't talk a lot about this shit. Like I'm in his Discord, but he's very like aloof. He doesn't really talk in depth about shit. But I would love to just ask Kuma more about like the actual process and his not only his opinion on Mikey Clark, but how working with him it goes. I want that information. If anybody knows how to hook up with Kuma or get him his attention, please. I would love to just pick his brain, man.
Come on, let's go.
I mean, we have to assume that they work separately mostly, because even in that interview, Mikey Clark said, you know, he likes to work alone. You know, while he's in the studio making these beats, he don't want, you know.
Yeah.
In the early days, everybody was around, but you know, after a while, he wanted people out of the studio so he can make the beats. So I would assume there's.
I mean, his studio looked like a bunker.
His what?
His studio looked like a bunker in that interview. Like
Yeah.
it looks like he has his like little capsule he works in.
Yeah.
Yeah, look cool.
Hmm.
I implore everyone to go watch that Mikey Clark. I don't remember the fucking podcast he was on, but Mikey Clark interview was from like 2020. What was it?
Supcast.
Supcast. Yeah, that guy was a fucking dork, but Mikey Clark is the shit on it. God, I would,
Yeah, that guy was kind of annoying.
I would love to talk to Mike. I wouldn't even know what to say to him for the most part, but I would just want to, like, all these questions we've accumulated over all these shows. Like, I would have to go back and watch some old shows. Be like, God, man, like, what were you thinking when you made Nothing's Left, or whatever the fuck.
Well, he said in that interview that he usually makes something and then moves on from it. He doesn't really.
Yeah.
He doesn't really like what he makes.
I think that's. I mean, every artist is like. I'm sure you're like that, dude. Like, how much shit have you just spent time on then threw in the trash because you're like, I'm tired of looking at this.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah, I do the same shit when I fuck with Photoshop or whatever. Like, it's the same shit, man. Every artist is just hard on themselves. So
He did pick out the bone, though. I remember in that interview, he did pick out. He was like,
that's an interesting one.
He picked out Bang Pow Boom. He really liked Bang Pow Boom.
You're right.
And I really think Bang Pow Boom is a great standout album. A Mikey Clark influenced, standout album, and the Bone is one he picked out.
That is an interesting
That
one.
that he actually likes.
I wouldn't have picked out
to
the
him.
fucking Bone.
Yeah, I think it's a good track. I like it.
He talked about how it was like a surfer song.
Yeah,
or
well,
something.
it is. Which I think the surfing sound, that surfing kind of cadence, has a big part in punk music too. Like, the kind of drum beat.
So even the Bang Pow, the last track on that album had that kind of sound to it.
On what album?
On Bang Pow Boom, the last track on the album, Bang Pow Boom itself.
Yeah. Great track.
I like
Yeah.
it. I had my dad listen to that, and he said it almost reminded him of something the Beach Boys would do of all things.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's pretty cool, man. Like
That's
that's
like
that's what Mike's a master of, man. Like he's a master of bringing
Yeah.
those old sounds to today.
Well, when I hear Bang Pa Boom, I almost get like a 60s California vibe. Like music that was coming out of California in the 60s, like Beach Boys and that kind of surfers. I get a lot of those vibes from that album.
Interesting.
But this album is all over the place, but it is tied together nicely.
I think it's a great fucking introduction to the rapper Big Hoodoo. Mm-hmm. It's the perfect introduction to a rapper.
Who produces the next albums after this?
We had a
I was just looking at Asylum, and it's all over the place.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
So you'll go out and say this is the best Hoodoo album?
Absolutely.
Without a doubt, dude. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like the other albums are okay. It's just a lot of they all kind of blend together. Asylum's got some smackers on it. Mm-hmm. Red Book I gotta listen to some more, but it all blends together. I
So
don't
what's
remember
the
a
order
single-
of release?
Crystal Skull, Asylum, Red Book.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of Asylum is Straight Jacket, some guy named Rude Wade, and a lot of Young Wicked.
Interesting. Young Wicked. Yeah, Young Wicked was in the fray at that point, so that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that one was 2016, so that's like tail end of Missing Link era.
Yeah. Intriguing.
Justin Manning says, I wonder why Mikey Clark never got any blowback from Juggalos because he left to go work with Kid Rock. Well, I think that was not a lot of Juggalos knew that.
I don't think a lot of Juggalos, give a shit about Kid Rock at all in any capacity. No one even probably thinks about him, let alone Mikey Clark work. It's not like Mikey Clark or Kid Rock goes around like, this album was produced by Mikey Clark.
No, he don't big up Mikey Clark. I think that in that interview, Mikey Clark said Kid Rock didn't even give him fucking credit on that all summer long song.
Which, by the way, I was listening. We just had Spotify on the other day.
Yeah.
And that song came on, dude. I was tapping my toe like a motherfucker, and Tara looked over at me like, look at you. Like, I was like, bro, Mikey Clark on this shit, and I sat there and schooled her about Mikey Clark.
Yeah.
She did not want to hear it or care, but I was like, this beat is incredible.
But he's also been working. He's been working with Mikey Clark for just as long as he's been working with the Clowns. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's always worked with him.
It does warm my heart telling people they have Violent J to thank for that song.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man. Absolutely. Dude, I would love to hear. I would like ICP to rap. I would love to see what they just come up with on that song. Just do it anyways.
Yeah.
Why not, dude? Like I just want to hear what they would have come up with. It probably would have been a smacker.
And what era was that? That was like 2010, wasn't it?
I don't know.
So that was like the Bang Pow Boom era.
Probably. He said he made it for the gathering that year, right?
Yeah,
that would have been
so
a sweet
it
gathering.
It would have been a Bang
Yeah,
Pow.
it would've been Juggalo.
Yeah, it would have been a Bang
Yeah.
Pow Boom flavored sounding song.
Damn it. God
Which
damn it.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, Mikey Clark. Oh.
Which now that we have 5 cards in the second deck, my opinion is, I mean, Bang Pow Boom still stands out as the best album in my opinion from the second deck.
Man. I listened to Bang Pow Boom again recently, like with you in my mind saying that, and I still was like, I don't know, man.
I can't, man. To me, that album flows together. I love that album.
I don't know what it is. Like that album just does not hit for me like that.
I think it's
I'm
a
super
fun
biased
ride.
though. That was like one of my first albums, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It's a good one, man. Bang Pow Boom is a standout album.
I do
love
like
that
it.
album.
I do really like it, but I like Death Pop and Found and Yum Yum better than that.
I like Death Pop too, but I don't know. Bang Pow Boom and Death Pop are just, I don't know, man. Bang Pow Boom and Death Pop are
Deck DNA in them though.
yeah, they got the first deck DNA in them exactly.
You're
That's
right.
why I love them.
You're right. I mean, there was a certain charm to it for that reason, but man, like I just the songs don't slap as hard for me as some of these other ones. That's all.
I don't know, Vultures, fucking How to Catch a Predator, fucking the title track Bang Pow Boom, fucking those songs are fucking amazing.
All right, man. You want to start wrapping it up?
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, I want to mention I got this voodoo staff. I've had this voodoo staff
I've had that for fucking decades.
since I became a Juggalo, I think.
Yeah.
I bought the on the first Juggalo website I ever went to, of course, other than ICP.com, InsaneClownPosse.com, was Juggalo.com. Of course, you're going to type Juggalo.com
Yeah.
to see if it works. And it did back in the day. And it went to a ICP news website ran by a guy named WVM, which stood for Wicked Voodoo Master. This guy was the shit. I think he eventually moved on and jumped over to Real Juggalos at some point. But he ran the original Juggalo.com. I remember you, WVM. He sold these fucking staffs. He had a 6-foot and a 4-foot one. The 6-foot was like $80 or something. The 4-foot, which I have here, was like $40. So I bought one. It fucking came in the mail. This thing is held up. It's made of real wood.
Yeah,
it's sturdy. It's the painting on it is very dope. Like,
Yeah, this thing is solid, dude. You've had it for decades and it hasn't broke. It's solid. I mean, yeah.
it is the shit, man. Original Juggalo.com voodoo staff. I don't know why the fuck he sold those. But
I'm wondering, did he
dope.
make them?
I think so, man. It's carved out of straight wood. I don't know where the fuck it came from, though.
Yeah, it's dope. It's fucking solid, that's for sure. You can fucking whack somebody with that and probably knock them out.
Very dope. I've always loved this thing.
Yeah. I don't even think I've seen them.
Yeah, there was a guy at the gathering that had one very similar that I thought like this had to be like its brother.
Yeah.
His had like he had painted it and I think he put hair and shit on
Yeah.
it. But I never fuck with mine, man. It just original wooden shit.
Yeah.
As soon
Nice
as,
and simple, really cool.
as soon as we were doing hoodoo, I was like, I gotta get my voodoo staff.
What I noticed about this skull
Yeah.
is there's no teeth.
There isn't. Let me see. Oh, you're right.
Literally no teeth.
Intriguing.
Like it's
So
just a fucking flat.
I googled like crystal skulls to 3D print, and like of course there's a million skulls to 3D print, but that one was cool because it was actually functional. Like I could put shit in it. But I was like, man, let me try it. I printed it with my transparent filament, and it's not transparent at all, but it's solid. It's good.
I don't know if anybody out there 3D prints anything, but this thing is actually pretty fucking hard.
It's solid.
I'm squeezing it to try to see, and it won't break.
If you squished it really hard, that's made with PET G filament. There's PLA, which is what I normally use.
I mean, this filament is tough.
That
shit.
one's tougher. That one's recommended if you're putting shit like out in the heat or
Yeah.
anything like that. But yeah, man. I meant to print it a little bit bigger. I wanted it to be like the size of a real skull.
No.
But unfortunately, it's almost the size of this one. It's pretty cool though. All right.
But I like that one because it's that goofy voodoo style skull.
Yeah.
You know, it's that funny,
It's very cool.
cartoony shit.
All right, before we go, man, let's see. Let's double check comments. I can see Lil Ninja in there popping off. Do you think Yum Yum would have been better if they were still signed to a record label? I don't know. I don't think so. Lil Ninja's trolling. He says MML is god tier. Get out of here. I like Death Pop better than Bang Pow Boom. Okay, Violent J, you're with me. And Justin Manny says we need to get him on here for the origin story. Who? Violent J, the country singer? You are welcome to come on for origin story at any time, my man. You are a good homie, true friend of the show, and we appreciate you. At any time you want to come on, man, I will have you. All right.
Do it.
I also one other thing I want to shout out. Last thing. On every single video we post, we get a comment from a man. I think his name is JP the Wicked Ninja.
JP the Wicked Ninja.
I'm gonna shout you out, bro. Let me double check because I don't want to leave you. But every single fucking video, I'm not kidding you, that we've ever released, he's commented, but he's never said anything on our comments other than whoop whoop.
Hey, man.
JP the Wicked Ninja, I do notice you. I see you. I had to shout you out because you are there for every fucking video somehow. And you always comment with whoop whoop, and I never respond, but you are being seen, my man.
Whoop whoop.
Yep.
Whoop whoop to you, JP the Wicked Ninja. Here, I'll give you one of these. Here. Have that.
Yep. And shout out to everybody who checked out our Things You See at the Gathering video. That was it was a good little it was a good little vlog, we put together of the nice things we saw there.
Yes.
Thanks for checking that out.
That reminds the whole show well.
And what else? Oh, and we'll be putting out more videos like that soon. Keep buying Mojo. Check that shit out. Mojo is flying off the shelves like hotcakes.
Hell yeah, man.
It's fucking out there, bro. The great Mojojo, the funky monkey, the hateful ape has arrived to deck1delt.com/shop, which now accepts Affirm and Afterpay. If you want to pay in 4 payments because our shit is too expensive, we understand. Pay in 4 payments. It's not our fault. We are making like $5 an item off of this shit. So do not get mad at us. All right. That's it. That's all I had.
All right.
Gage, you got anything else for us?
I got this really cool bootleg Rigmaster mask yesterday. That's all I got.
Oh wow.
That's the one that was for sale at Spirit Halloween. Shaggy stole one from there.
That's pretty fucking cool.
I meant to go there and steal one. Where'd you get it, bro?
Is that out now?
Spirit Halloween. It was the last time.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I hope they have those again this year. That's a Tom Wood design.
Yeah,
They didn't pay Tom Wood anything for that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know anything about this. I knew nothing about this.
Yeah,
I got that today.
last Halloween they put out 2 clown mask designs from like branded Spirit Halloween. One was that, and it's a direct ripoff of the Ringmaster, Tom Wood's Ringmaster. Then they put on another one that's like a direct ripoff of like some other random clown that Tom Wood put out. And it's he like posted about it and everything. It's fucked up. Shaggy had it in his bag on one of the Palcasts. He said he went there and stole one.
Wow.
And he encouraged everyone else to steal
Yeah,
one.
fuck
so
that.
if you go to Spirit Halloween this year and they have those, steal those motherfuckers.
And for legal purposes, that's purely a joke. All comedy.
Of course.
Absolutely. Steal as in
As in stop the steal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. As in steal
your
steal it back
with
from the
this
stealers.
Magical mask. That's Halloween. Yeah.
Steal as in STEEL.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Speaking of masks, I was actually looking at Sweet Tooth masks the other day.
From Twisted Metal.
Yeah, from Twisted Metal.
That's dope.
Fucking Sweet Tooth, man. What the first fucking wicked clown I ever knew about.
Yep.
All right.
Well, no,
Killer Clowns.
Pennywise is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Pennywise the.
I got a cool It mug yesterday, but
Dude, by the way, Gage's mug collection it's really out of control.
Oh wow, you collect mugs?
Oh,
Oh yeah, we gotta
it's
see that.
bad. Yeah, they're like 3 stacked up on top of each other in a shelf.
Huh.
He posted a picture of his fucking. I told him, I said I have too many mugs, or else I'd buy all these Deck One Dealt mugs. And he's like,
No, you don't.
because he said.
Yeah,
Then I was like, I got too many. Then he posted a picture of his mugs. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude,
Wow.
you have way too many fucking mugs.
We just got rid of a couple.
If you looked at both my mugs, you'd think I'm a hoarder, but I only hoard mugs.
I probably have like 25 mugs, and I'm like, I gotta cut back on my mug buying. Gage is fucking out of
I've probably
control.
got 100 or so, 125.
You need to do you should do a mug like show off on your Instagram or something. Like every day, post a different one of your mugs.
That's a good idea. I was going through them and I forgot I had half of them while I'm packing this shit up.
Dude, some of them are just for novelty, but some of them I mean, how many do you actually drink out of?
Probably I've drank out of maybe like 20 of them.
Yeah. Like me, I have like 25 mugs, but there's like 4 that I keep in rotation because they're big. I like big fucking like huge mugs.
Yeah. Like the tall black ones
Yeah.
with like the curved handle.
Yeah.
You know what would be really dope is Dark Carnival, ICP Dark Carnival themed beer steins. You know those
Yes.
beer steins that have like the carvings on them and they're like real intricate.
Yeah, you know what? That got me thinking just now. Like I had ICP Beer Stein. I had it when we lived together.
You had one?
When we lived together, it was
What?
It was my friend Candace bought it for me. It was blue, like sky blue, and it had the picture of. Some Juggalo knows what I'm talking about. It was sky blue and it had a picture. It was ceramic. It had a black picture around it, and it was ICP in their Shangri-La paint. It was just their Shangri-La paint. And it said like Insane Clown Posse in that like Jekyll Brothers font.
What?
It was so fucking tight.
You need to get do you have a picture of it?
Somewhere,
You
but
need to find that.
that fucker broke, and I was very pissed about it. I've seen them on eBay sell for like $75 and shit. They were so fucking dope. They were like that standard, like big ass, like beer stein, like this big with the flared big bottom
Yeah.
and shit. But it was just printed. But God, that fucker was so dope, so dope. I wish I still had it. Damn it! I need to, maybe I'll look up and I'll make some Deck One Dealt versions.
Yeah, print one.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh, print one. That might be cool.
Yeah.
Can't run it through a dishwasher.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Oh, look. Crutch says he has that. It's packed away in a box in Ontario. Well, that doesn't do us a lot of fucking good, does it, Crutch?
We'll pull it out, take a picture of it, and send it.
Send it. We'll repost it, man.
We'll see that.
All right, man. Let's actually wrap it up. Gage, you good?
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is
Thank-
Yeah,
awesome.
man. Thanks for
Thanks
joining
for joining
us.
us, Gage. We really appreciate you joining us and hanging out with us all show. We appreciate Schmeev for joining us. Go listen to Juggalo Judgement if you don't already. I'm sure it's the shit. I'm going to find out because I'm going to start listening to it now that I know the man himself.
Nice guy.
Yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
Thanks for joining us, everybody in the chat. We appreciate you for hanging out with us all show long. Get your Great Mo Jojo and other merch at deck1delt.com/shop. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, let's shuffle the fuck up on out of here, man.
Slide Hoodoo back into the deck.
Sure as fuck will. See y'all next time. Thanks for joining us. Peace.
Together.